What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Elude Stalwart Plays. Today we're going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV on Psycho Crush of Stalwart. He's a gunbreaker right now. I'm currently queued for Palace of the Dead, and we're running around just doing some level 62 quests, trying to hit level 63. And yeah, I was thinking I'll probably just queue for Palace of the Dead today. We changed the look a little bit, got a little fancy picture here, picture frame rather. Want to actually make that a little bit bigger. How's that? Right there, yes. And yeah, so enjoy that, and we're gonna get back at it here. I just did a quest I was doing in Cold Blood. It was I guess I had started it previously and just never finished it. Bring this down just a little bit more. But yeah, I was just finishing this up. We were questing with Hayase. You've returned. Thank you for surveying the island and saving one of our comrades from certain death. We've a bit of investigating and discovered the alleged fishermen's victims have one thing in common. The two of them once stopped a ship full of Ronin seeking passage through the Ruby Sea. Upon demanding that they pay the ruby tithe, the nomad samurai drew their swords and all hells broke loose. So upon demanding the pay, that they pay the ruby tithe, so after they demanded the pay, they drew swords and everything broke loose. A great deal of blood was shed that day, but by the sound of it, these men had come to avenge the deaths of their compatriots. It doesn't surprise me. Most Ronin are no better than your average criminal. Sadly, this incident cost us a good man. Thanks to you, however, we were able to prevent any more casualties. Please accept this gift as a token of our appreciation. That gave me some XP and 562 gil. And that didn't really put a dent. We still got a little bit of XP to go before we ding. I thought that would, that could have dinged us, but... I tried this Fate already. It was too hard for me to solo. There are some down here if I want to do them, but I could also go and do these like Center Isle quests. These are kind of level 63 though. I'm heading more towards this area, hoping these are lower. We have Knocking on Heaven's Door and Heaven Sent. I think after this Duty Finder, Palace of the Dead, I should be able to be, I'm in the 31 to 40 range. I would have to do one more. So after this Palace of the Dead, one more Palace of the Dead, and I should be able to do Knocking on Heaven's Door. Maybe we could do Heaven Sent then? I did all the level 62 quests in Onokoro. I just did that. Heaven Sent. The Vexed Villager watching the ocean, sense of dread. Where's that blasted boat? It should be here by now. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. My daughter's late, returning from Kugani, you see, and I thought that I'd come look for her. I can't imagine the Confederacy is giving her any trouble. She's always been good at putting money aside for the ruby tithe. Oh gods, what if the ruby or the red Kojin caught sight of her? My dear sweet Shihoumi. My dear sweet Shihoumi, she only meant to bring home a bit of odd furnishings to give comfort to our village. I don't know what I'd do if anything should happen to her. I know this is sudden, but you've looked like a man that can handle a bit of danger. Would you be willing to look for my daughter? She's traveling close to the shore of Sakazuki. Beast Tribe quest. Oh, this is a Beast Tribe quest. Okay, let's do this then. Heaven Sent. Where are you at? Kind of southeast? Let's head over that way. All right. So, I think last we left off yesterday, I was talking about like the vehicle inspection and everything and looking up like I wanted to just sell that car. Well, here's an update to that. Turns out like my brother never signed the title, so like I don't actually own the car yet. So I can't sell it. So I need to get him to sign the title, and then I got 30 days to get the title in my name, and then I would have to give that title to somebody else. And I was like, well, shit. And all this, mind you, for the cars, like I saw the blue book value. It was because the AC It has an air conditioner, but it doesn't work. It doesn't blow cold air. The dashboard's jacked up. It was like $700 dashboard to replace. That's if you get a brand new one. You could get it used if you want to like dig it out of a used car lot or something like that. But I wasn't into that. I'm not super mechanical or anything like that. So I'm more technical than mechanical. But regardless, the pain wasn't going to be worth it. So I was just like, you know what, brother, I gave you this, or you gave me this car, and I was going to just fix it up. But every time I think about putting money into this car, it's like the money exceeds the value of the car. So I don't want to put money into it. It almost seems like it's just going to be a pit. And I mean, the mileage isn't bad, but it's not great. I was sitting here from a fisherman. I come in search for, from Isari in search of Shihumi. But yeah, we'll get more on that in a minute. From Isari, you say? Was it my father who sent you to me? My ship was attacked by the Red Kojin, but I was saved by this warrior of the blue. Would that we could save the cargo on board. Save the cargo? Very well. This overconfident Kojin chimes in. Wait, your kindness is greatly appreciated, but you cannot go against the Red Kojin, not alone. He's like, I'm all bitch. Please, sir, you have to go after him. He was gravely injured in my rescue. 'Twould be suicide for him to face them in his condition. All right, well, I gotta go rescue the Ninja Turtle. All right, so yeah, we did that. We went and got the vehicle inspection done, and it was like way easier after I came home. I had to reset. Like, I was all flabbergasted. I had a morning. It was like one of those mornings where it's like, you know, you like spill the coffee grinds and you try to sweep that up, and then you knock over the sugar trying to get the coffee grinds, and as you're doing that, like, you hit your head on the counter. Like, it's just like one thing after another. I mean, those weren't actually the things going on, but it was like that. It was like one thing after another kept on happening. I had this like voodoo on me or something. So I came home and then I just like shut everything off and turned off all the devices. Actually, I think I had the computer mining crypto, but other than that, everything was off. The fans were down low, and I was just like complete solitude and silence. All the while, the apartments I live in are replacing the washer and dryer. And well, thankfully, because we've had to go get quarters for the longest just to do our laundry here, because it's got the old school like quarter like laundromat type shit. Well, now they added the card toucher thing. So now you could do the card toucher and or just like charge the account and scan the QR code when you want to do your load, and it'll start the washer for you. So that's much better, especially like with Corona and like tangible objects exchanging between people all the time. So yeah, that's a really good idea that I'm glad they did. And while I'm sitting here trying to get all like silence and solitude and meditative and shit, I hear them unloading and loading all the washers and dryers, and it's like loud banging and shit. And like, I don't really talk about it, but I'm prior service military. I've been to Iraq 3 times, and I've been in my fair share of mortar attacks and you know, shit hitting the fan moments. And this isn't like, you know, to the extent that I used to get triggered by this shit. It wasn't anything like bad or anything like that, but my mind goes there still. So it's like, it was very difficult for me to reset yesterday. It was not an easy thing, but I just focused on my breath and was taking deep breaths, and was just kind of like just in this meditative state for some time. And it was probably like 20 minutes, but it could have been in like an hour. I don't know. I didn't really look at the time. But after I was done with that, my mind was clear. And what was funny is like, one of the last things I remember from like my silent solitude session or whatever was I heard something like, anytime you're about to get to the next level, you're tested. There's like a test that you have to pass before you can break through to the next level. And like just remember thinking that, and then I remember opening my eyes and just getting up and just going on about my day. And it was easy. Like everything for the rest of the day was as smooth as butter. And I was just like, oh, this is nice. This is great. The washer and dryers, like I didn't know that that's what they were doing at the time, but the washer and dryers got put in. We don't have to fuck with quarters anymore. We can just scan with the QR code. And I got in contact with my brother. Instead of me having to sell the car, he's just gonna take it back since it's still his car, and he's just gonna either sell it or give it to a friend. They said if you part it out, like I don't have a garage to part it out, but you can make a lot of money off of that, but I don't know. So he's gonna take that back probably this weekend. And I got the inspection done. It was real easy, and the registration was real easy to do online. Since it wasn't expired, I could just go on the Gov website and just like quickly just get the registration within minutes. So yeah, it's good now. I got air in the tire. Like whenever I went to get air in the tire, that second gas station I said I was gonna go to that sometimes is out of order actually wasn't out of order. So everything just lined up for the rest of the day. It was so nice. And then this morning I woke up and just got a little productive, did some errands, some running around. I went to my CBD shop and it was closed, but it's right next to another, it's like a vapor shop. So I was like, well, fuck it, I'll go in the vapor shop. And I started talking to the guy in there, and he's like some sort of he's prior service army, I want to say. And I think he was like a first sergeant or something like that, but he was a real cool dude. And he said he served like 20 something years. And I was like, oh, I did 8 years myself. And then we started talking about people that got stopped lost and like what it was like whenever we came back and all this stuff. And it was real cool. He was like, hey, you want a job? And I was like, oh, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at an opportunity. And he was like, yeah, here, take this application. I was like, well, I'll fill it out and I'll talk to the wife about it. But man, it'd be cool. Like work at a CBD shop. And he said I'd get 10% off of as an employee discount. So I was like, huh, okay, we can save money here. Maybe put in a couple hours and get a couple extra bucks. So I might follow up on that today. Usually it's better if you're interested if you follow up the same day, but we'll see. I might just also just sit on this CBD for a little while. The dude was cool too. Like I came in and he just started like toking up and I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right. But yeah, he said he's got another location in Waco and he had to come down from Waco because one of his current employees was doing some family stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, true that. So it sounds like I would probably be a pretty good blessing if I probably did. I don't know. You know, I want this to work. I don't want to stop doing this. So this is it's like one of those tests. It could be easy to do that, to go over there and chill with this guy, but is it gonna take away from what I want to do, like what I'm focused on? I don't want to do that. I don't know. I'll think about it some more. I'll probably take another one of those little solitude meditative and just really think about the pros and cons of it. There's no reason not to. I was telling the guy too, I was like reasoning it there right there, trying to explain to him. I was like, well, my son is in middle school now and doesn't really need me around as much as he used to.